Good evening, everyone. We're back. We're back. Finally. Oh, it feels like forever since we've done a stream. Really good to be back. I tell you what, I've really missed it. Really, really missed it. Evening, Felix. How you doing? Oh, your game froze again. The exact same spot. That is unfortunate. Are you using any like add-on scenery? Maybe that could be triggering it. I don't know. Possible. Obviously, you can tell we are not using any add-on scenery for this airport. It is rather sparse, as you can tell. Still, let's just check in with the FPS before we get started. Let's get a baseline. There we go, look. 30 FPS, lockdown solid. So one extra thing I'd like to try, those of you that recall the graphics issues we've been having on previous streams. Going back to DX11 has fixed it, I think, for the most part. But what I did, thinking maybe that was what the problem was I disabled the traffic. So I'm just wondering if we enable it back in. So if we go for airport ground aircraft density, let's go 50. Split the difference to start with, shall we? Fly and save. Come out of there. Stuff should start spawning. There we go, look. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to be able to fit. I think I went to the wrong gate. Yeah, there ain't no way we're getting out of here, is there, without a squeeze? I guess we could do a tight turn that way, tail in there. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Anyway, we're still at 30. That's the main thing. Still at 30. I don't really do multiplayer, Felix. I just have the airport aircrafts at the gate. I kind of like it when you come into an airport and you see a load of tails parked up. Kind of makes it feel like a real airport as opposed to blatantly a sim. And I think this summer I'm going to be learning some VATSIM, so I think VATSIM will take the place of that in any case. Right, let's get this FPS counter out of the way. And we'll hop in here. So we're cold and dark, as you can see. Ah, nice, it's even got the airport logo. GSX is working its magic there. So, speaking of GSX...
This is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah, okay. Let's request some catering. That'll do.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
By the way, if you fly VATSIM, you should do those anyways. Not sure what you mean, Felix. Yeah, that's what we're using at the minute, Felix, is FSLTL. But it's just essentially populating the gate vehicles, not doing any AI traffic for now. Here comes catering. That's a good start. Let's get things fired up. We'll get the batteries on. Get the external power going. Yeah, that's right, Felix. Pure VATSIM, if we're going to VATSIM. No extras. But we'll just use FSLTL literally just to do the model matching. So if someone's flying in a British Airways, whatever, it will hopefully, maybe, load that. Right, flight plan. Here we go. Albuquerque to LAX. Haven't even told you where we're going yet, but I hope you've figured that out from the title and the thumbnail. So what are we doing? Taking off runway 08 from Albuquerque and then 24 right into LAX. Catering vehicles are in position. Nice. There they go. Look. Yeah, I had to do the world update literally as I booted the sim to go live, which was a little bit annoying. Slightly unfortunate. There we go, there's the food. Yeah, I need to look into that. Look into the world update. Okay, GSX. Can we do...
This parking is too small for your
fuel?
aircraft.
Request refueling. There we go. Okay, what is our payload today? Almost a full house. Almost. Okay. Start that boarding. Right, these screens are dim. Let's brighten those up a little bit, shall we? Let's get the navs on 1, 2, and 3. And we'll arm the emergency lights. No smoking lights on. Get nav and logo on as well while we're at it. How are we doing outside? Catering's still going. Close the service door. Alright, there goes one. What about the other? So now, with a bit of luck, fuel will be on its way. Providing catering move. There they go. What is that car doing over there? Love it. Love to see it. That is some spectacular scenery, that, isn't it? Look at those rocks.
Please don't load aircraft until the
Look
fuel
at that.
truck arrives and
Look at
asks
this.
to do
That
it.
has got to be the quickest fuel truck I've ever seen in my life. Here it comes.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yes, 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 we know. That's fine.
Boarding requested.
Let's get them on board, shall we?
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I love the animations on that fuel system. Look at that. That's fantastic. I mean, the way that the fuel truck races towards this is almost comical. Hey, passengers are being boarded, that's good. RIP that fuel operator. I love how janky the game is sometimes. It's just like, it's almost like comedy. What's going on under this wing?
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Alrighty, let's do that then. So how much fuel are we taking today? Not that much. Really not that much. And it's only a 2-hour flight, so what's that in total kilograms? Yeah, 14,200. I mean, that's about right. No worries, Felix. See you in a minute, mate. Alright, let's get these brightened up. So we've got the nav, that's good. It's all come to life. Brighten up these screens so we can see them. Lovely. Now let's do the other side. Looking good. Looking good. How are we doing with the payload over here? Oof. We change it to fast. That's a bit better. We'll be here all day else. We've got to get going. Oh, the fuel's finished. Alright, so that leaves...
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Baggage loading in progress. Yeah, I really should have chosen a different gate in hindsight. I find it weird the way it says, like, waiting for your action, and then it just does it anyway. Is it going to do it, or do I need to do it? Open cargo door. Oh. Didn't mean to do that door. It is nice, GSX. Not 100% sure it's worth the 30 quid I paid for it, but it's nice. Alright, so fuel is done, payload is done, services are being sorted, mostly through GSX anyway. Pushback we're going to completely ignore because we're going to try and GSX it today. So, that being the case, let's get this tidied up here so we can get our fuel pumps on. We'll do APU master, give it 3 seconds. APU start. And we wait for that one to become available. Crew supply for the oxygen. Test those. It's all looking good. Let's have a look at our route. Ooh, what happened there? There we go. So, here is the route. So we are just up here. Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger for you. So we're going to taxi on round to through here, around here, and to this runway right here, runway 08. And you see we're going to take off, make a U-turn, and make our way out. I'm just wondering, can we get the charts? Open chart overlay. There it is, look at that. Love that. So what restrictions have we got? Climb to 6,000 feet, okay. Under... $10,000. No, wait, that's over 10,000, right? Under 12 at this one, that's speedy. Speddy. Change to 245 degrees, and we keep making our way out to Pinion. And we keep on going, until we get to Zun. Then we transfer onto airway J6. Then we get to Hippie. Love that. And we start making our way in. Can we add our destination chart overlay? Yes, we can. Whoops. Zoom out a little bit. Very nice. To Monroe, flight level 190. At 280 knots, so we've got a range. We need to be below flight level 300 and flight level 240, above flight level 240 I should say. Then those ranges keep making their way down and down and down.
From the flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer and cabin crew,
then you can hold either at Neil, by the look of it, you sort of hold and wrap around here, or you can hold at Cebu.
We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate
then we need to select our approach into LAX.
Please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
We're going to do ILS runway 24 right. And there it is. Should be around 2 hours tonight. Roughly 2 hours. Very cool. It's a very nice feature, that. So if we do the open chart overlay for that one. There we go. So by Kobe we should be well on the way down. Fairly straightforward approach, but you get some cracking views from this angle. You kind of come through the hills, and then you got LA right in front of you. It just kind of expands. It's quite fantastic. So, how are we doing for local pressure? That's what I actually went in there to check right before I closed. So we go airports, weather. What are we doing? .3030. Couldn't see then for a moment. .3030. Brilliant. Right, let's get down here then and start getting busy, because we haven't really done a lot yet, have we? That is the wrong thing. Why did I press that? I don't want to do that. ATSU menu. There we go. AOC menu. Init pres. Init data request. Good. Then we go to init. Init request. Flex temp today of -53. We're fueled and we're loaded, so that we can put these in. We go to our perf page, remember that -53. And we do flaps 1/UP0.1. And we've got a 141 V1, 143 rotation speed, and we should be airborne by 149. Good, let's have a look at the flight plan. So coming out of Albuquerque, we're going to use runway 08. And what do we want? This one. RDRN R3. And we're going to transition at Zune. And as for into LAX, we're going to use ILS 24 right. There it is. And we're going to use this one. Let's just consult that chart again. Yeah, and then we come in with Cebu. There it is. Right, that should, emphasis on should give us a nice little flight plan. So let's pop this one, put the constraints on, pop this into plan. Let's have a looky. So here's us. We're going to take off, basically come out, make a left turn, doing a 180 almost immediately. Above 10,000. Oh, sorry, below. Yeah, above 10,000, above 12,000. Then we keep marching through. Aha. Just clear that discontinuity. Those in. Hear it. Keeping on going, keeping on going. There we go, there's the ranges look that we saw on the charts. Hey Y, how's it going? And then we make our way down into Cebu. And we keep on tracking into LAX. Good, we have a flight plan. That's always a good start. That is a good start. So we need to climb to at least 6,000 to start with. It's our cruise today. Flight level 40,000 feet. Okay. Let's put 40,000 in the window because I want to do a bit more experimenting with the VNAV on this because we're on the alpha build of this plane, so it means we get the VNAV. Which is cool. Let's get the stats up for you. Right, how are we doing outside? Everything's done. Excellent. So we're basically ready to push, aren't we? Basically ready to push. So let's get the APU bleed on. Everything else is looking good. We'll get our beacon light on. Strobes auto.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Goody goody. Let's do predictive wind shear on. Lock the doors. And let's... Can we get rid of the jetway? Will it do that on its own?
This is too small for your aircraft.
Okay, let's shut the door. Prepare for pushback. So hopefully the jetway will take the hint at this point.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Hello, George. George says, hi, why don't you use scenery? George, it costs money. That's why. And we're not made of it over here, so that's why. If I was to spend between 10 and 20 pounds on every airport I fly to, I would be broke.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I think probably what I will do though, George, over time is start building up a bit of a UK library of airports that we go to quite a lot. That would be nice. Okay, we want nose. We do a quick edit pushback. Oh, how does this work then? No need to apologise, George. Alright, I don't know what I've done here. Am I going to need my Xbox controller for this? Maybe I might. Okay, let's back up that. Okay, so how do we even begin to do this?
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
Okay, that's as good as we're going to get, it looks like. Oh, WASD. Cheers, George. Don't know if I'm able to redo that now or not. Abort pushback. I don't like the fact you have to keep reloading. So what's that doing now? Ugh. So annoying. I feel like I've been had with GSX a little bit. I feel like everyone's like, oh, get GSX. GSX is so great. It's like, It's janky. I'll give it that. Tell you what, let's do it the old-fashioned way. And there goes the jetway straight into our plane. Brilliant. Alright. Parking brake released. Let's go backwards. There we go. I feel like I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with this so far, with GSX. Jamie, good evening. Happy summer. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'm sold on GSX. Maybe I need to give it just a little bit more time. It's early days yet, of course. I love that that car is just freaking out over there. Alright, so Pushback thinks that is enough. I'm inclined to agree, given how close we are to that building. Oh, of course you're a bit later, aren't you, Jamie? Yeah. The party started now. Honoured that you choose to spend your first night watching my stream. Alright, let's get this thing fired up, shall we? I feel like my scroll wheel, I have to do so much scrolling just to do anything with it. Good. Auto brake. Oh, I need to actually start the engines, don't I? There we go, there's an engine spin. Probably a little bit close to that building, if we're going to be picky. Basically, I picked completely the wrong gate for this aircraft, so my fault. That's alright. We live and we learn. animation could use some work. But we mustn't split hairs. This is a free aircraft. Alright. Okay, let's arm the speed brakes and set auto brakes to max. Max to 1. Very nice.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
What am I forgetting? Forgetting something. Taxi. That's what I'm forgetting. And we can now get the engines back into continuous, not continuous, into normal. Got my Boeing brain on there. Lose the APU bleed. Let's just hop up and do this properly. Seat belts, that's what I was forgetting. Good, and if I do take off config, where are we? Take off config normal. Excellent. Alright, let's find our way down to the runway. We are over here. So here's us, having narrowly avoided being pushed back into that terminal. We're going to make our way around here onto Alpha, following Alpha all the way around to Alpha 1, and then join. We do Alpha 3? Yeah, we can do Alpha 3. Let's jump on Alpha 3. Just about there. That'll be perfect. Alpha 3 it is. And let's get the cam on. So we're flying stick today, so I'm not sure how well you can see when I'm flying stick. Because obviously the yoke kind of gets in the way a little bit still. Alright. Let's make our way down. So we should be into LAX by about 10 PM UK time. With a bit of luck, it's about 2 hours. It's kind of like the equivalent of doing like somewhere in England to south of Spain, like Alicante. That kind of place. Hopefully we won't do a Las Vegas on ourselves and fall through the taxiway. I remember being so annoyed when that happened. It was just when I was starting to do cold and darks as part of the stream. Because I spent a long time being absolutely convinced that nobody would want to see any of the setup. So I used to start the streams almost just basically at the holding point at the runway. Or maybe I would taxi for like 30 seconds, be like, hi, welcome to the stream, let's go. And we'd be like straight up in the air, because I was convinced that that's what people wanted, but turns out, once again, I was wrong. Not going bad, Felix, thank you very much. Mustn't complain. Just see where we are. Once this finally loads. Where are we? No, not this one, but the next one. That makes sense. Yesterday night I flew Amsterdam to Madeira. Hey, at least you landed it, Felix. That's not an easy one, that, so I wouldn't beat yourself up too much over that. I've yet to try it on stream. Tried it off stream a couple of times. Difficult one, that. 1,000 feet per minute. Well, at least you were down, that's the main thing. Alright, here we are. We'll hold short. Let's get our lights on. And other than that, I think we're good to get out there. Oh, was that the which Streamliner was it, Felix? Was it the Kuro one? So I heard the other day that you don't actually have to follow the yellow lines when you're entering the runway, only when you're exiting the runway. So in the interest of buying a little bit more time, here we go. Alright. I think we've got everything we need. I don't think I've forgotten anything too awful. Everything looks good up top. I've just got that nagging feeling. Since I've stopped using checklists, which has only been quite recently, I've just got that nagging feeling that I'm going to forget something quite important. Seems like everything's good, so we'll take a chance. Alrighty, let's get up in the air, shall we? So, holding it on the brakes. Let's go Toga. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Lovely. Gear up. Up and away. Beautiful. Levers back into climb. Reduce that pitch a little bit. And let's turn. holding that turn. Apologies if I'm ignoring chat for a moment. There's the airport just down there. Let's get that autopilot engaged. When is transition? Is it 18,000? Where'd you even find it on here? I've forgotten. Or was it on a knit? Let's get those lights off. And we'll disarm the ground spoilers. Flaps are up. It's all coming up Millhouse. Felix, what are you saying about the Aerosoft A330? Will I be getting the Aerosoft A330? Seems like you like the A330 a lot. Probably. Yeah, probably is the answer. Yeah, I think it would be a cool product. Cool product for sure. I particularly like the classic A330 as well. I think I'll always have a soft spot for that airplane, given that that's what I did my first trip across the pond on. Yeah, I think aircraft in order of how excited I am for them, I would say in the near future it's the PMDG 777. Then closely followed by the A330. I would say A380, but you just don't know when it's going to be. So it's a tricky one, really. I'll say this, I think when PMDG get their 747 out, I think I'm basically done with the Aerosoft. Not Aerosoft, sorry. The Asobo 747-8. I don't know, Felix. I think it's closer than you might think. I would say it's the opposite of what you just said, with respect. I think the A380 is a while out, and I think the 777 is closer than you might think it is. I would expect an autumn release maybe for the 777. Just a gut feeling. Got no insider information, but that's just a feeling. Did you see the what they said about it recently, Felix, on the forums? Someone made a video explaining how the fly-by-wire A380 was closer than you'd expect. Yeah, I'm always not sure with those videos. I kind of always feel like I'm clickbaited in some way into those. Until I hear something from fly-by-wire, I'm not believing a thing. Because they're volunteers. And they're not going to be held to a schedule because why should they? They're volunteers. So until they're ready to say something, I think we assume it's whenever it is. I think basically as a YouTuber, it's like if I was to make a video tomorrow being like massive update on fly-by-wire A380 release date soon, like people would click that. But I'm not going to make that video because it just feels a bit wrong to make that kind of video. I'd rather focus on the flying than trying to drum up kind of hype and things over an unreleased product. For the 747, yeah, they are, because that's going to follow the 777. But on the forums recently, they said that at Flight Sim Expo, they were considering what they should do about saying something about the 777 there, but they didn't. I think they said they sat on their hands. But they said that basically the development has come along really, really well. And they're feeling really good about it. So it wouldn't surprise me if any of the aircraft that are upcoming are going to be sooner than you think. It wouldn't surprise me if the 777 is that one. Let me see if I can find it a minute, Felix. See if I can find it. Yeah, so only the cockpit. Right, so they said, and this is what someone sent me on Discord, so it's not direct from the source, but we'll go with it. PMDG 777 for MSFS. Since our return from FS Expo, we've enjoyed massive forward progress in some of the most difficult areas of the 777 development. As usually happens with projects as complex as this, there comes a point where all of the pieces start to snap into place and suddenly you've got a fully working product on your hand. The last 2 weeks have seen the fastest forward motion on the development agenda timeline that we've experienced while working in MSFS, including the 737 and DC-6. We think this comes from our continued increase in experience with the platform finally beginning to pay off with productivity. Generally speaking, the 777 has benefited tremendously from many of the lessons we learned bringing the 737 into MSFS, and this has changed the way we entered development on the 777. The end result being an incredible product with some incredible refinement. We had given significant consideration to unveiling the 777 at FS Expo in Houston, but in the end we decided to sit on our hands because we thought it was best not to rush things. Initial impressions are important, and we want to be blown away by the quality of what you see. We think you will be, and we're looking forward to pulling open the hangar door and inviting you to see her very soon. So that, to me, I mean, PMDG are fairly tight-lipped, so for them to say that, something's cooking. So let's just let them cook. Right, how are we looking up top? Everything's looking good. Here we go then. Everything's going good. Standard pressure, we are making good progress up to flight level 400. Yeah, I saw the product websites available. That looks cool. It's, you know, with software development, and I've done some professionally in the past. It's really hard, basically. It's really flipping hard. And if there's anything I've learned from it, is that you shouldn't be putting out dates unless you are absolutely certain you can hit it. Because there are just so many unforeseens. Like, you could come in on Monday and think, right, today I'm going to do these 5 things. I've made a nice little tick list and I'm going to work through them and go bang, 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 and then I'll go home at 5 o'clock and all those things will be done. I mean, I've had days where you don't even get one thing done in a whole day. So then all that gets pushed to Tuesday. And then the remainder that doesn't get done on Tuesday gets pushed to Wednesday, and before you know it, you're a week behind. So it's tough. Malcolm's just passed the test. Hey! That's what we like. I'll be honest, Felix, the last week or so I haven't even had a chance to get out here and do anything on the channel, really. It's not been very happy about that, but there's not a lot I can do about the situation. Just the way of it for the next week or so, week or two. My plan is to, I'm hopefully going to get a week or so to myself during August, and my plan is to get some VAT simming done that week, try and break the back of it, get into it, get used to it, get familiar with it, and just start doing it as a thing that I just do. So that's the plan. I'll probably not do the early stuff on stream. But once we've got our feet under the table a little bit with it, we will try and do a bit of streaming and VAT simming. Yeah, that's right, Felix. Real life will real life. Let's put it that way. That's a cracking view, isn't it? That's not bad as well. Right, how are we doing with our climb? Are we getting there? Yes, we are. Where are we on the charts relative to simulator flight? What? Would you like to load it? No, I don't. Thank you. Nice. Making progress. That sim can be pretty annoying too, though. Say you want to fly a route and it's not covered, or you start a flight and the route is fully covered, then they take, yeah. I guess that's what Unicom's for, but I take your point, yeah. Again, it's, you know, ultimately the controllers are, they don't work for us today, so.
Logitech, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming.
Should probably let the passengers out now we're at cruise. Probably should have done that
Also, one more reminder to please
a long time ago.
congregating near the front galley with the flight deck doors located. Thank you.
I guess it can get quite messy on Unicom though if everyone is. I could imagine that could quickly turn into chaos if there's enough of you in an uncontrolled area. But what is the weather predicted to be when we get to what's it doing at the moment, and what can we realistically expect? What is going on here? Okay. I think I know what that was. I think that was me opening this, wasn't it? Yeah, it's done it again. It's this. It's opening this. Alright, we'll keep that in mind for next time. What's going on in LA? 4 knots from the side and 11 from the headwind. Oh, that'll be okay. Established ILS and called you a 5-mile final. Said you're landing. 2-mile final. Someone taxis on the runway and starts calling this takeoff. Incredible. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that can be a bit chaotic. I'm trying to work out, is that actually like a seam in the landscape, almost like the ridge of a hill, or is that just where two areas of map data are like joining? I think it might be the latter. Yeah, I think it is map data, Felix. I've seen it do that. I've seen that effect a few times, put it that way. What a great view that is, eh? What a fantastic view. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, folks, if you could hit that like button, that would really help us out. I know I always say it, but it is like a little superpower within you all. Hitting that like button is the one sure way to tell YouTube that this is good and more people should be recommended it. It really does help the stream and the channel a ton, so thank you to those that already have. Just a tip recommendation for VATSIM. Go on then, Felix, what is it? How are the old frames doing? Solid as a rock. Love it. You know, since moving back to DX11, it has solved so many issues. It's unbelievable. So many issues. Yeah, I think my plan initially, Felix, would be to stick around the UK to start, then maybe push out into Europe like Germany, France, Spain, Italy. And by that point, I would hope that I would be fairly okay with it, and then maybe start doing a bit of America. I mean, you must start to get regular controllers if you keep coming out of the same airport. So I guess there must be a point where you start to almost get to know the controllers a little bit. Would that be fair to say, or not? Yeah, okay, thought so. Alright folks, it's 8:30 UK time, which means it's time for my decaffeinated coffee. Felix, you're in charge. And I'll leave you all to enjoy the views. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, I'm back with coffee. Thank you for your service, Felix. How are we doing then? How are we doing? "48 minutes to go." Well, say 48 minutes. Yeah, Power is really cool. I did that in an A330neo, not on stream. I made a video quite a while ago now, actually. It's before I started doing the streaming on the channel. So there was a period of time on the channel where all I did was shorts and just landing videos, really. I didn't even consider for a moment that I would live stream. And yeah, we did that into Power, but I think I maybe did it from the wrong direction. Not sure. If you scroll back far enough, Felix, you should find it. It was over a year ago now, mind. This must be more or less the halfway point, I think, isn't it? So how far are we till top of descent? Quite a way yet. That landscape is definitely getting greener, isn't it? This part of the plane model. Should we do some outside views? Let me turn it down a bit ahead of time because it goes quite loud, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can definitely see the desert turning into greenery there, can't you? Absolutely, Felix, you got it. I will check it out. How are we doing for fuel? Fuel use 2250. So we've used 4,500 kilograms so far. We left Albuquerque with 14,500. So we're doing alright. 9,700 kilograms fuel on board remain. It's good to be back flying though. I must admit, like sort of last night I couldn't stream, but I really wanted to. Definitely missed this. Which is really good. Like every time there's been a period of time where I couldn't stream, like in April we went on a holiday to Spain, so that was obviously I couldn't take my sim rig with me to the hotel in Spain, so I didn't stream for getting on for a week. And as soon as I got home, all I wanted to do was just get in here and fly. It's always good to have some time away because it kind of confirms to yourself that you're doing the right thing, you're doing the thing you actually want to be doing. Because imagine if I didn't stream for a week and I was actually like, yeah, you know what, this is alright actually, not having to stream, I kind of like not doing it. And then that's a signal maybe you're doing the wrong thing. Oh yeah, Jamie, summer holidays are a golden opportunity, I bet, aren't they, for stuff like this? Yeah, unfortunately for me, life and work is dictating a complete lack of time at the moment, which I'm not happy about, but at the same time, a lot more have it a lot worse, so I don't really feel like I should be complaining, not really. You want to fly the 737? Except for Kaitak, okay, fair enough. 737, let's think. You fancying somewhere in the UK maybe, or... I mean, if you were to set off from somewhere like Amsterdam, Paris, maybe even Brussels, you could maybe get over to Gatwick or Heathrow around about sunset. Actually, maybe slightly after sunset, but you should get a sunset on the way at least. Yeah, where it's a 600. It's on the poor little man. Hey, there's no shame in the 600. The pocket rocket. You know, when you really think about what it means to fly these things, it's the systems, isn't it? It's knowing the plane, the buttons, the systems, how it all works. You get all of that in the 600. You could say, well, they don't feel like the 700 and the 800 to fly. It's like, yeah, but the 800 probably doesn't feel like the real 800 anyway, so just enjoy it. Edinburgh to Oslo, good shout. I must admit, Jamie, I do like the airports in the north of England, like Newcastle and Edinburgh. Well, that's Scotland, isn't it? Not the north of England for Edinburgh, but you get what I'm saying. thinking, I don't know what you all think, but I'm thinking about doing a bit of a long haul special when we hit 5,000 subs. I'm hoping it's going to coincide with when I have a week to myself in August. Maybe do like Heathrow to JFK or the other way round. I figure a lot of people have been asking for long haul, and I've always been saying no, I can't do it because I don't have the time, which is true, but while I've got this week in August, it might be a nice thing to do, to sort of say thanks to everybody. What do you think? Heathrow to JFK or JFK back to Heathrow? Oh, I love that route, Felix. I love that route. There's something about that route. Something majestic about it. I don't know what it is. Could do something like London, Dubai, maybe? How busy is Dubai going to be when the fly-by-wire A380 launches? Those poor controllers on VATSIM are going to be like, wait, what? Why is everyone here? Wouldn't that be something if we got a new long-haul plane just in time for that stream? Can't see it though somehow. Frankfurt to Tokyo, how long is that going to be? That'd be like what? That's got to be a good 12 hours, right? If not more. Yeah, I'd like to get down and do some more flying into Africa. Frankfurt, Tokyo is 10 hours. Okay, so not as long as I thought. That's interesting. And a half in a 747. Okay. Or we could do something maybe like Gatwick to Vegas. That's a flight I've done in real life as well, so it might be quite cool to relive that in the sim. That's quite a nice flight actually, because you go over quite a lot of Canada. Or at least we did. Heathrow to Gatwick, but go the long way around the globe. I had a neighbour that went to Hawaii. I remember he said he wanted to fly sort of Heathrow, LAX, Hawaii, but then coming home he wanted to sort of keep going to sort of do the whole lap around the globe, because it's sort of halfway really. Tokyo to New Delhi is 10 hours. Is that really 10 hours? I'm surprised. I thought it'd be shorter than that. What would be the preferred route to Sydney from JFK? Would it be... I know you can go to New Zealand, can't you? You can go via like LAX or San Francisco, coming from the UK at least. Then from there it's over the Pacific to New Zealand. Honolulu, that would be Hawaii, wouldn't it? Yeah, JFK, LAX, Honolulu. Smith, yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, let's do a little obligatory check-in. How are we doing? So we're 9 miles, or now 8 miles, 21, 44, 15. Not too far from top of descent, you know, so counting back. 7, 15, so that's 22, 66, 87. Yeah, about 93 miles. Top of descent is soon upon us. Lufthansa, welcome. Nice to see you. We're just discussing possible long-haul routes, so any suggestions? Feel free to chuck them into the melting pot. It is, it's the A330-900neo from Headwind. So very strongly based off of the A320neo, so the A320 by fly-by-wire. But for a freebie, it's a very nice plane. Can I speak German? No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not, I'm sorry. That's still more than me, Jamie. Albuquerque to LAX is around about 2 hours, give or take. Although we're making good time. SimBrief says the air time is 1 hour 28. About 1.5 in the air. Lufthansa, yeah, about 1.5 hours, 90 minutes. That's funny, Jamie. Similar story for me with French. Où est la mouette, which I believe means where is the seagull. That's basically all I know. Should have paid more attention. What's my best airplane? A good question. Had you asked me 6 months ago, I would have said A320, no question. But I feel like I'm being very, very drawn in by the 737. And I'm not the best in the 737. I make mistakes constantly in the 737. I do bad landings regularly in the 737, but there's something about it, something about the challenge that keeps pulling me back in. The A320, unless I have a bad day, I'm usually fairly good in. I can usually get from point A to point B without too much drama. 737, the drama is becoming less and less, but it is still there. Which in a way makes me all the more excited for the 777. The fact that the 737 has managed to pull me in like it has, I think, wow, I just really want to experience some really good versions of the longer haul, bigger stuff from Boeing now. Not on VATSIM at the moment, Lufthansa. We are currently trying to figure VATSIM out. I haven't done a lot of VATSIM, but we're trying to get into it. So we're not far from top of descent now. A little bit more than 30 miles. Right, let's start having a little think about where we're gonna park in LAX. Oh, I've got to stop using this plugin because look, it absolutely freaks the autopilot out. Maybe I'll just use the app separately as opposed to the little web browser thing. Alright, so we're landing here, runway 24 right. Actually one of the shorter of the two runways, but still long enough to do the job. I imagine we'll come off here at Alpha Alpha. Then we can trundle along. Then if we come along Charlie, then on to Kilo. If we aim for stand 152, presuming nothing's in it. Don't think there's a shorter way. Unless we can go Yankee, Echo, Kilo. Right, let's get the overlay on for the approach. So if we have a missed approach, we're going to do runway heading of 251 degrees. Then head out to Rafts. And then we hold at Rafts. And presumably we come and have another go. Though given that we're not on BATSIM, in reality I'll probably just come out and come around and give it another whirl. We just gone past top of descent? I think we have, haven't we? Whoops-a-daisy. Alright. Let's start going down then. Too busy talking. Wants destination data as well now, so that's good. So we're going down to 2,200 at Kobe. Let's give it the destination data while we're...
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of.
270 and 12.
If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain...
1051.
Flight attendants, please prepare the captain for a ride.
Right, let's go to our perf page. It's all good, Felix. It's all good. Don't worry. I appreciate what you're doing, so thank you. What was the wind again? 270 and 12. 23. Oh, hey, Tom. How are you? Now, what is the radio? This is what I struggle with in general with the charts. Is working out what the radio minimums are. Where does it tell you that? Is it down here? Minimum decision altitude 500. Straight in landing runway. ILS. Decision altitude 322. What would I put into minimums based on what we're seeing here then? Would it be 322? Or what's in the brackets here at 200? Decision altitude. H. What does the H mean? Let's go with 322 for now. If anyone knows better, please let me know. This is a free one, Tom. This is the Headwind A330, so it's actually more of a derivation of the A320neo. So this is very heavily influenced by the A320neo. You can either get it, Tom, from flightsim.to, or you can go direct to their website, Headwind. Is it Headwind Sim? I forget what the actual website is, but if you Google it, you can download the installer. Lufthansa is asking if MSFS is my favourite game. Yeah. It's funny, I don't really think of it as a game, like I think of other things as games. Like Call of Duty, Diablo 4, Counter-Strike, Halo. I think of those as games. I think of Flight Sim as slightly in a different category. But I still very much enjoy it. Whatever it is, I categorise it as. No worries, Tom. Yeah, Jamie, occasionally. Occasionally. I can't wait for CS2. Tried a bit of Valorant, but... yeah, I don't know. Alright, so it wants us at 280 knots. Oh wait, it's predicting we're going to be at 281 knots. And then, when do we have some waypoints that are actually like important ones? 14,000 feet and 270 at Cebu. Oh no. Okay, so below 14, above 12, and at 270 knots. And the others, presumably... yeah, so we're within a range there, aren't we? I'm not sure what my rank is, Jamie. I kind of go through phases of wanting to play it loads and then I'd leave it alone for ages. So I think I normally, by the time I come back to it, I've lost my rank. Whatever rank I did get. And I generally don't play it long enough to keep a rank. Get a particularly impressive one. I really like Halo Infinite, but the trouble is no one else really did. So the game is not in the best of shapes at the moment. I'd say probably Warzone is my go-to, but I don't particularly enjoy it much at the moment. And if I'm being honest, I haven't done for some time. Yeah, spat a bit. I keep getting talked about it by some friends. Will I maybe fly into LDDU sometime? I'm not even sure I know where that is, but I will check it out. Let's get that speed under control just a little bit. Use a little bit of speed brakes. I'm ashamed to admit, Jamie, I've never actually played a Battlefield properly. LAX weather 2997. Oh, nice. Thanks, Felix. I will have a look into that. Thank you. Ah, good old Jack Frags. We like Jack Frags. Jack Frags, Westy and Co. They're a good bunch. Welcome back, Lufthansa. So we're at 20,000 feet, knocked nearly half of it off now. Getting lower. Thank you on PC in 1080p. No, I didn't, but that sounds like a legendary username. So there, I believe, is LAX. Time for standard pressure. It's at 299.7, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Alright, so we need to be at the next waypoint. Ouch, below 14. We're not going to hit that, are we? I don't think we're going to make that, you know. Oh yeah, Nice is lovely, Felix. Oh, we have some weather just loaded in. But from where? How about... Could you do somewhere like from Italy, maybe? Maybe like Milan or Naples, Rome. Italy's too short, okay. What about somewhere like the Greek islands or maybe even like Athens? Oh yeah, I like Prague. Had a very nice time in Prague as well. So here we are, coming up onto essentially final approach once we make this turn. Yeah, Prague's lovely. Had a great time in Prague. Cool approach as well. Sort of getting to see the river and parts of the city. Here we go. We might as well get the landing system on, I suppose. We were there, Jamie, for around about... Oh, what was it? Was it 6 days or 6 nights? I forget. 6 nights or 6 days. A little bit under a week. It was enough, though. Right, let's get auto brake medium. On we go. Decal's coming up too. Time for some lights. Passengers back in their seats. So what's the plan from here? Above 9, above 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Well, you get the picture. Yeah, we ended up renting quite a cool place off of Airbnb. It's like this apartment. I forget what the area was called. Is it Havaleska? Alveska? It's like they do a market every day, I think. And you're right in the middle of like, you sort of come out the apartment, turn left, and you kind of got the main bit of the town or city. You turn right, and then you're over towards that the clock thing. I forget what it's called. Is it the astrological clock? Couldn't have been a better location, and it wasn't expensive. Quite an affordable place to be, really. Right, when is decel? Have we gone past decel? No, we haven't. Decel is right there. Cheers, Lufthansa. Take care. Right, we have a glide slope. Nearly. And decel is almost upon us. Let's activate approach mode, which we have done. So we need to stay above 5,000 feet until the next waypoint. Then we can go to 4,000. So hopefully we'll see that rate of descent start to increase literally around about now. Come on. There it goes. And we are on a 15-mile final. So we've got a little way to go yet. Let's get that approach mode on. Okay, so auto brakes medium. Lights are set. Let's arm the spoilers. How are those frames doing actually? Let's have a quick check on the frames because we are coming up on LA, which is notorious. Ah, Tommy just in time. Get that speed down. Feels like we're coming in a little bit hot. Thank you, Jamie. I'm a little bit, you know, like when you haven't done something in a while, you feel a bit like, oh, can I still do it? Paying the price for not streaming for a few days. Whoops, my bad.
2,500.
Right, let's get that gear down, because that will help with the drag as well. We certainly need it right now.
Please prepare for landing.
Right. That will be flaps full. Definitely isn't the greatest visibility, is it? Right, let's get feet on rudder pedals. Lose the music. Get the cam back on. Let's see if we can't do this. There we go, my aircraft. So flaps are full, spoilers are armed, gear down, auto brake medium. It's mine to lose. It is mine to lose, that's for sure. This A330, it can be a little bit on the floaty side.
1,000.
So we'll just keep that in mind as we make our way down. Hopefully the frames will be kind to us and not start causing us problems on the way down. So we're just doing very small movements. Need to be over to the left a little bit. To the left, to the right, I mean. I know what I'm talking about, I swear.
$500. $100 above. 400. Minimum
Continue.
300. $200.
Frames aren't feeling the greatest.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
I will take that. I will definitely take that. That wasn't bad. We were definitely fighting the frames there, weren't we? On the last little minute. All things considered, I will take that. Now, let's just come to a stop here. And for the science, we will check out the frames per second. 260 feet per minute, so that's not bad either. Right, what are we limited by? Shock horror, the main thread. Shock horror. Right. So let's cross this next runway, and we're going to see if we can cut across, I think. Oh. Right, where are we? This is so laggy. Yeah, so if we go across, turn on to echo, Then on to Delta. Then we'll go for stand 152, we said, wasn't it? So Echo, then Kilo. Right, let's go. Let's find our way over there. Felix, this will be all for tonight. Smooth like butter. Yeah, I was pleased with that. I felt like at around the 600-700 feet mark, I was starting to get a little bit like, oh, we don't feel like we're quite in line here. But luckily, managed to get it figured out just in time. Maybe I will, Felix. Maybe I will. I must admit, it's very nice when I see yourself and Mr. Mackham flying. It's nice to let someone else do it sometimes and just sit back and relax. Alright, now is it that one we want, or is it the next one? No, it's not that one. Next one. That main thread is taking a hammering, isn't it? Now, is it the traffic? Let's just come to a stop. Let's get rid of the traffic and see if that is what is causing us the trouble. So let's take that down to 0. Apply and save. Are we still limited by the main thread? We are, but not as severely, it would seem. Not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel a touch lost. This is so laggy. Alright, so we're going to keep going to the next one. Let's bring this down here. So it's not this one, it is this one. Oh no. I missed it. Did I miss it? I don't know. There's a definite lag, isn't there? Over there will do. Right, let's go back and actually go where we wanted to go originally. Did I hear about Emirates breaking the speed barrier by accident? No, I did not. This is the way down here. Right, let's find us a spot. This one here is looking very nice. I suggest we take this one. Voila! Welcome to LAX, everybody. Right, how did I do on the parking? Not bad. Let's go forward a little bit more. Alright, parking brake on. Can we
You need to
GSX?
stop the engines to request ground services.
Oh, okay. In which case... engines off.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yes, 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 okay, fine.
The boarding requested.
Here it comes. Damn, that sounds pretty extreme, Felix.
The door is verified.
We are here. Well, thank you all very much indeed for that. Thank you all for your company. It's nice to be back streaming. Definitely something that I've missed over the past few days, so that was a very pleasant flight indeed. I did enjoy that. And not a bad landing. So we'll take the wins where we can find them, that's for sure. As for when I'm back, it's a little bit unclear to me when that will be.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Possibly Thursday night is kind of what I'm thinking. But we'll have to see. We will have to see on that one. Thank you all again. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll have a think on that long haul idea, because I definitely want to do like a 5k subs kind of celebration stream and a long haul. A long haul seems like it would fit the bill nicely. leaning towards Heathrow JFK. I know that won't please you, Felix, but there's something special to me about that route. I really do enjoy it a lot. Anyway, we'll think on that, and I will leave it there for tonight. And wish you a very pleasant day, and I'll hopefully see you in the next stream.